Hold on. Are you still paying full price for real estate? Look, what if I told you that there is a way to get a discount on a home, maybe even $15,000 off of real estate, even in today's market? Yes, even in today's market, with all the buyers out there running around and with this low inventory, there's still a way that you can get a discount when buying real estate. The problem with buying real estate today is that buyers have no leverage. The reason buyers have no leverage is because there are a ton of buyers out there and there just aren't that many homes for sale. Because of that, sellers are able to just pit one buyer against the other and just use the competition to keep driving the prices up. Don't mistake this for meaning that the seller actually has all the leverage, however. If the buyer were able to find some leverage, then he might be able to use that to get a discount or maybe get $15,000, $20,000 off of the price of the home. Sounds like that's too good to be true? Keep watching, I'll show you how to do it. How can a buyer get some leverage in today's market? In order to do so, you have to find a seller that has some sort of problem and you have to be willing to fix that problem, for a price of course. Even with the housing inventory being so low, there are still sellers out there who have to sell because of some sort of problem that they're going through. You have to be willing to find a seller with a problem that no other buyer wants to deal with. For instance, just finding a home that maybe needs a new paint job, seller probably isn't going to give you a big discount on that because there will be a lot of buyers nowadays that are willing to just paint to be able to get the home of their dreams. So you're going to have to try a little bit harder than that. The bottom line is this: homes today are a hot commodity. So if you want to get a home at a discount, you're going to have to be willing to take on some problems that other buyers won't. Once again, this doesn't have to be a full gut rehab type of thing, but you're going to have to get a little bit creative and you might have to get a little bit outside of your comfort zone. But if you do that, you can save $15,000, $20,000. I mean, it's endless. Now that I've gotten that disclaimer out of the way, let's get into some of the ways that you can find sellers who will be willing to sell to you at a discount. The first and the easiest way, at least for me, is to find homes that have been on the market for a long time or at least past the average market date. Everybody knows how hot real estate is, including sellers. So if sellers see that their property is sitting on the market for a long time or longer than the average time, they're going to start to get nervous. Once they start to get nervous, that's when you as a buyer can swoop in and maybe catch them with the lowball offer that they'll be willing to accept because now they're worried that something's wrong with their home. If a property is sitting on the market for a long time, chances are there's something up with that home. In that case, you can come in, take a look at that property, and try to figure out exactly what's wrong with it or why it's not selling. Now, as a buyer, you might think that just because everybody else didn't buy the home, oh, there must be something wrong with it that's going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. But actually, for the most part, that's usually not true. Here's a quick example of a home that you might find sitting on the market for a long time that has a relatively easy fix. So say you visit a home and the home looks pretty much updated or pretty clean at least, except for you go into the bathroom and you find carpet. Maybe at one point that was the style and for what reason I have no idea why, but of course today's buyers aren't going to want carpet in the bathroom, so as soon as they see that, they're just going to bull. That's where you as a savvy buyer can come in. Obviously this seller has a problem and that problem is the carpet in the bathroom. So all you have to do is offer to take that property off the seller's hands for a nice little discount, take out that carpet in the bathroom, replace that with some tile really quick. That's it. If you're willing to take on those problems, you'll find that you can get a home at a nice little discount, even in today's real estate market. A second thing you can look for when trying to find a seller that would be willing to sell at a discount is looking for properties that say as is. This seller probably has a money issue, otherwise they most likely would have made whatever repair that needs to be made themselves so they can sell their property for top dollar. That as is phrase can be enough to scare off a lot of buyers, but if you're a savvy buyer who's looking to buy a property at a discount, that should look like a money sign to you. So whenever you see that as is sign, make sure to look into that property and see if there's a problem in there that you can solve and be able to save some money on buying a home in the process. Now, what if I told you that there was a way that buyers can actually knock a good $20,000 to maybe even $30,000 off of the price of a property? I've actually been witness to this. I've been part of a deal where a buyer actually was able to accomplish this multiple times. You want to know how he did it? He went after properties that were already fully occupied with bad tenants. Now at that point, I know you're saying, whoa, bad tenants? I don't want to deal with that. That's exactly what every buyer is saying when they see a property that's occupied with tenants, especially a single family property. It's actually such a big headache that a seller would be willing to give you a real big discount if you were willing to take on that problem. Now, while I know tenants can be a very big problem, do you think it's really a $30,000 problem? There are a lot of cases where the seller has been a landlord for a number of years, and at this point they're just sick and tired of it. They don't want to deal with the tenant. The tenant really doesn't necessarily even have to be that bad, but they're just tired of dealing with the landlord game and they want to get out of it. If you can solve that problem by taking that property off of their hands and getting them out of the landlord game, once again, they will be willing to give you a nice little discount for it. Of course, make sure you do your research and make sure that you do what you need to do in order to get that tenant out as quickly as possible. But if the numbers start to add up for you, then by all means, go after it. Alright guys, those are some ways that you can get a real good discount on a home even in today's market. Any questions or comments for me, please feel free to reach out to me either through the comment section or through my website, which is BaileyAcresProperties.com. My name is Rob Bailey, real estate agent and real estate investor with Arnie Realty Inc. here in the Chicagoland area. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good day.